Just making weight?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool because I know it was like too heavy. So
Yeah.
I think in the beginning of the camp, I was probably like
just one. I just need this one. Trust me. The left
I
hook.
only need one too.
Okay.
You get that too.
That's fine. All right, then we both got it. We both got it.
Like, come on, bro.
I can't hear you.
I touched that.
I want to fight him, bro, because he been tricking the boxing game for too long. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. He makes shit look good. He makes shit look better than what it is.
The sport of boxing is never short on controversy. And the latest clash involving Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Keyshawn Davis is another example. What began as a routine face-to-face meeting quickly unraveled into an explosive confrontation that caught everyone by surprise. Instead of the usual pre-fight promotion, the event turned into a tense and unpredictable scene that shocked spectators, event officials, and promoters alike. It was no longer just two fighters exchanging words to build excitement. It became a chaotic moment that felt far bigger than a standard press event. That I end this video. We'll break down exactly how the situation escalated into one of the most talked about incidents in recent boxing. And we'll also look at what this could mean for both fighters and the future of the sport. Keyshawn Davis has steadily built his reputation through hard work, consistency, and impressive performances inside the ring. Recognized as one of boxing's most promising rising talents, he has never hesitated to challenge Gervonta Davis and make it clear that he wants the biggest fight available.
I prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would not Tank short it out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like, Tank is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that he got the power, he got the skill and ability, he's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me. And I'm coming with that same shit he coming with. And you know that his coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So go fight from Cuba. No, nigga, I'm fighting. I'm gonna fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fighter. What you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
For months, the rivalry between these two fighters had been building behind the scenes. Back and forth posts on social media, indirect shots during interviews, and increasingly aggressive comments at public appearances only fueled the growing hostility. Every exchange added another layer to their feud, creating massive anticipation among fans who believed it would eventually lead to a blockbuster showdown inside the ring.
You are good. You are real good. But there's levels to this game, Keyshawn.
Okay, we're going to talk about levels. Okay, just know it's levels.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis entered the situation as an established champion with several major accomplishments to his name. Throughout his career, he has become just as well known for the headlines outside the ring as for his performances inside it. From legal issues and strained relationships with former mentors to highly publicized disputes with fellow fighters, Tank has remained a constant topic of discussion. As a result, his reputation has been shaped not only by his boxing ability, but also by the controversies that have followed him throughout his career.
Gervonta, you were charged.
You got nothing to say, guys. Come with me. I'm your boss.
Did you punch that woman in the face?
You got nothing to say.
Right now, 4:30, a boxing star bonding out of jail in Broward County and refusing to answer our question.
And in an instant, everything changed. Whether it was one aggressive step forward, a move that crossed the line, or simply rising emotions reaching their breaking point, it took only a single moment for the situation to explode. Both fighters rushed toward each other with genuine intensity, making it obvious that this was no longer part of the promotion. Security reacted immediately, but the confrontation had already spiraled beyond control. The stage quickly descended into chaos as members of both camps rushed in to separate the fighters or defend them. What began as a brief confrontation rapidly escalated.
Out here, what was that experience like? Anything you could share?
The experience was great, and what's crazy about that is this time around, it was like, all right, we older now. There's more skills involved. It's like, all right, now let's see how it's gonna go this time. And when I got in the ring, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me with how much defense he really had. You know, of course, I was looking out for the power of, like, off the rip. I was looking out for his power. But when I started, like, when I was attacking and trying to set stuff up, like, he got, like, good upper body movement, and he got some good legs when he used them. So he surprised me with his defense. But it was a very technical fight. Technical sparring match. And I definitely learned that like I said, his defense. Like, I definitely learned that he got some great defense, and it's not really easy to hit this guy. And I had to work to get to him, but overall, it was great sparring. And
melee. Punches were exchanged, people shoved one another, and the polished media event transformed into complete disorder. Tio understand why this incident attracted so much attention. It's important to look at the history between the two. Tank and Keyshawn were not always rivals. At one point, they shared a strong connection, spending countless hours training together and developing mutual respect in the gym. Their relationship once appeared solid, with many believing they represented two generations of elite boxing talent. Tank had already earned a reputation as one of the sport's most dangerous knockout punchers, while Keyshawn was emerging as one of boxing's brightest young prospects, widely viewed as a future star.
I'm not chasing you, little dude, little dwarf, Oopa Loopa, little light-skinned dude. I'm not chasing you.
That relationship gradually began to fall apart as Keyshawn's career continued to rise. With each impressive performance and every step up the rankings, he started carving out his own identity in the sport and slowly creating distance between himself and Tank. At the same time, Tank was facing increasing scrutiny because of several personal controversies that kept him in the headlines. Their growing divide was about more than just taking different paths in boxing. Underneath it all were lingering questions about respect, loyalty, and the strain created by Tank's ongoing legal matters and personal challenges. As those issues became more public, the bond they once shared continued to weaken, eventually turning a close friendship into a heated rivalry.
Energy he coming with, he can't do all them shenanigans and all that he be doing with other people. He can't do that to me.
But I'm just saying, Key, listen.
For Keyshawn Davis, the confrontation represented far more than a heated exchange. It was an opportunity to establish himself as one of boxing's next major stars. His goal isn't only to win championships. He also wants to earn the respect that comes with competing at the highest level in a sport filled with larger-than-life names. Standing across from Gervonta Davis was never going to be just another matchup. It was also a test of confidence, composure, and determination, giving Keyshawn the chance to prove that he deserves a place alongside boxing's biggest names.
You know, you stole the show. You know, I know it's, you know, you're the main event. You're supposed to, but you delivered.
Right.
And you, after it, said, you know, knock, knock, Tank.
Yeah.
I'm knocking on the door. You came over here, said light skin. A lot of fight fans like when people call out and do things like that.
But only person that don't like it is him. He's kind of weird. But now he got no choice but to fight me. The fans want him to fight me. After what I just did tonight against a guy that's bigger than him, come on now. If I touch him, what's gonna happen? Talk about that. Everybody want to talk about, oh, Keyshawn, what if he touch you? What if I touch him? Yeah, okay. Come on.
This incident also highlighted the enormous pressure Keyshawn Davis is facing at this stage of his career. With expectations coming from his team, his supporters, and even himself, the drive to reach Gervonta Davis's level may have played a role in his emotional reaction. No one questions Keyshawn's natural ability inside the ring, but moments like this can shape how a fighter is viewed. The confrontation could strengthen his image as a fearless competitor willing to stand up to anyone, or it could have the opposite effect, leading some to see him as someone who allowed emotions to overshadow the spotlight he had worked so hard to earn. The rivalry between Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis intensified even further after reports emerged that Keyshawn had begun training under Floyd Mayweather's guidance. That development added a completely new dimension to their ongoing feud. Given Floyd's long and complicated history with Tank, the partnership immediately grabbed the attention of boxing fans and fueled even more discussion. What had already been a personal rivalry now carried another layer of intrigue, making the tension between the two fighters even more noticeable as anticipation continued to grow.
Now I got the chance to be around Floyd Mayweather. He be calling me now, he be texting me now. His whole last camp, I was in Floyd's gym. He closing down the gym for me. I'm working pads with him. He working pads with me and my brother Kelvin. Me and Kelvin sparring in front of Floyd. Like, he coaching us. Like, now it's like, damn, Shakur, Terrence, and Floyd now. So, man, I honestly think that's God. Like, if you really look at it, what professional fighters out here just have a strong circle as strong as like ours. Like you got the best prospect. Then you got Shakur. Then you got Terrence Crawford. And then outside of our circle, we got Floyd Mayweather also tapping in with us. You know what I mean? Like our circle is really crazy. It's really crazy, and it shows to where when we fight, it's always our opponents. It's like it's never a close fight. Even with Terrence, it's never a close fight.
From Tank's perspective, the situation had grown beyond simple competition inside the ring. It appeared to take on a much more personal meaning. Floyd Mayweather, who had once played a major role in Tank's career, has had a well-documented history of ups and downs in their relationship. Seeing Keyshawn working alongside his former mentor only intensified the emotions surrounding their rivalry. For Keyshawn, joining forces with Mayweather represented more than just an opportunity to improve his boxing skills. It also sent a clear message to Tank. The decision suggested that Keyshawn wasn't focused solely on challenging him in the ring. He was also prepared to challenge the legacy Tank had built. By training with the very figure who once helped shape Tank's rise, Keyshawn added another layer to an already heated rivalry, making the conflict feel even more personal.
I remember you talking about doing the pad work with Floyd, and he said you got the speed and the power to be a world champ. What did that do for your confidence? You can hear that from anybody, but Floyd is Floyd.
It was just motivation, you know, because at that time too, man, I ain't had that IQ that I got now. So at that point, I was just really going off natural athleticism. So for him to tell me that at that time, getting deeper in my bag, trying to understand the game.
It's not like basketball where you got to depend on people. It's not like football. Like the work that you put in reflects directly with your results. People don't even know the amount of hours that y'all put into this.
We ain't got no backup. We got a bad day, whatever. We ain't got nobody to come through for us. It's all.
Floyd Mayweather's decision to work with Keyshawn Davis has added another fascinating layer to the rivalry with Gervonta Davis. After spending years mentoring Tank, Floyd is familiar with many aspects of his fighting style, including his strengths, habits, and tendencies inside the ring. In theory, that experience could provide Keyshawn with valuable insight as he prepares for a potential showdown. However, this is not the first time Floyd has attempted to use his knowledge of Tank to help another opponent. He previously trained Frank Martin ahead of Martin's fight with Davis, hoping that his understanding of Tank's style would make the difference. But the strategy ultimately failed, as Tank overcame the challenge and secured a convincing victory. That outcome showed that knowing Gervonta's approach is one thing. Finding a way to defeat him inside the ring is an entirely different challenge.
Oh, let's uppercut. That's it. Down goes Martin! Mamma mia! 6, 7.
Despite Frank Martin's abilities, he was unable to carry out Floyd Mayweather's strategy successfully against Gervonta Davis. Tank's explosive punching power, ability to make adjustments during the fight, and knack for adapting under pressure proved too much to overcome. The result demonstrated that even with detailed knowledge of Tank style, turning that information into a winning game plan inside the ring is far more difficult than it appears.
He the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him sit.
Although Keyshawn Davis may approach the fight with a different style and fresh energy, Floyd Mayweather's history suggests that having inside knowledge of Gervonta Davis doesn't automatically lead to victory. Experience has already shown that understanding Tank's strengths, habits, and techniques is only part of the equation. The real challenge is finding a way to neutralize his explosive offense, ring IQ, and ability to adjust during the fight. As previous attempts have demonstrated, knowing how Tank fights and actually defeating him are two completely different tasks.
Time come for Tank Davis to take control of his own career and leave Mayweather Promotions.
It don't necessarily have to be leave Mayweather Promotions. It's about just becoming that man, handle your own, responsibility, your own priorities. So I feel as though it's my career, so I feel as though I need to be the one to control my career. You know what I mean? So, and it's time. You know what I mean? Everybody don't need to, have them training wheels on them forever. You know what I mean? It's time to, ride their own bike without training wheels.
So this is your last fight with Mayweather?
Many fans believe Floyd Mayweather may still have unresolved feelings about Gervonta Davis leaving Mayweather Promotions. And that idea continues to fuel speculation whenever the two are connected. Whether that's actually the case remains open to debate, but their relationship has clearly changed since they went their separate ways to AS for Tank. Many supporters feel the time has already arrived for him to take complete control of his own career. Since moving beyond Mayweather Promotions, he has continued to headline major events and establish himself as one of boxing's biggest attractions. Regardless of the ongoing discussions surrounding Floyd's involvement with Keyshawn Davis, Tank has shown that he is capable of making his own decisions and shaping the next chapter of his career on his own terms.
Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. Mm-hmm. He the one with the main knockout power. Mm-hmm. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of competition.
Yes,
he was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really...
Gervonta Tank Davis has faced plenty of intense rivalries throughout his career, but this latest confrontation adds another chapter to an already complex story. Time and again, Tank has shown that he performs well when the pressure is at its highest. Even so, his journey has also been marked by off-the-ring controversies that have frequently drawn attention away from his accomplishments inside the ropes. Despite his success as a fighter, those recurring headlines have continued to become a significant part of the conversation surrounding his career.
Tank said he's now the new face of boxing. What do you think?
For sure, he's the face of boxing. I don't have no problem with saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's the face of boxing for sure.
And he's that guy. You talked about how good Shakur is. Do you think people sleep on Tank's skills? Because they just see him as a knockout artist?
Who sleep on Tank's skills? Nah, nobody sleep on Tank. Like,
well, I just go because so many people just think he's a knockout artist, but I think they underestimate his boxing IQ.
And back in 2021, in August, I sparred Tank, and he's skilled. Like, he's skillfully. Like, he's like, you can watch me fight. I'm skilled. When I got in the ring with him, he's skillfully great. He's great. Like, Tank is all the way around a great fighter for sure. He's for sure like Shakur the man. Tank the man too. Tank the man to beat right now because he got the popularity and the skill. You know what I'm saying? Shakur the man right now, but he's just not as popular.
For Gervonta Davis, the situation appeared to go far beyond simply protecting his position as a champion. It had become deeply personal. Keyshawn Davis's rapid rise through the ranks, combined with his fearless attitude and unwavering confidence, presented a direct challenge to Tank's place at the top of the division. The heated face-off seemed to mark a turning point for a champion who was already dealing with intense public attention, ongoing legal issues, and strained relationships within his own camp. All of those factors may have contributed to the emotions that surfaced during the confrontation.
When Light Skin posted those messages about me sparring, I was really looking at it like, okay, so what? That I DM'd you about sparring. So what? No cap. Since when y'all take sparring into consideration of shit? So what? So what? What was his point in even doing that? Like, what was he trying to get with it? That I'm trying to ride his coattail? Like, bro, I don't need you. I don't have to fight you. I'm making real. I don't need you, bro. I don't need you, bro. I do not need you, bro. I don't. If you want to fight me, send me a contract. But if you don't, I'm going to be just as popular fighting you or not fighting you. I'm gonna make my money fighting you or not fighting you. So don't get it twisted. Like I'm chasing after you. I'm not chasing you, little dude, little dwarf, oopa loopa.
The Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis face-off will be remembered as one of the most explosive moments in recent boxing. Whether the incident ultimately benefits or damages the sport is something only time will reveal. What is certain, however, is that it has dramatically increased anticipation for a potential showdown between the two. The confrontation has only intensified the rivalry, leaving fans more eager than ever to see them settle their differences inside the ring.
By 6.4 pounds at the weigh-in. He was, Davis, and down goes Lemos. As he's playing Matador for moments, goes downstairs with a vicious right hook and that left hook puts him on stanky legs and face first on the mat. And backwards. Don't dance too early now, Keyshawn, because Lemos is still dangerous. But not if you can continue to land those powerful shots. And that's how you end the fight. Keyshawn Davis said, I don't care if he's King Kong. If he comes into my house, he's going to pay the price. And boy, did Lemos pay the price.
Keyshawn Davis has been turning heads across the boxing world, and his dominant victory over Gustavo Lemos only strengthened his growing reputation. What many expected to be a competitive lightweight contest quickly became a showcase of Keyshawn's talent. Even though Lemos entered the fight weighing more than 6 pounds above the limit and held a noticeable size advantage, Keyshawn refused to let that affect his performance. From the opening bell, he relied on his exceptional speed, precise shot selection, and impressive punching power to take control. By the second round, Lemos had been knocked down 3 separate times, forcing the referee to stop the contest. It wasn't simply another win for Keyshawn. It was a statement performance that sent a strong message throughout the lightweight division. With a display like that, he made it clear that he intends to compete with the very best and establish himself as one of boxing's dominant forces.
Excitement, huh? Talk about coming in here fighting a guy who was heavier.
Yeah.
You talked about not having no concern, but just talking about that, getting ready to fight somebody who was heavier.
Nah, I really didn't have concern, man. I'm gonna keep getting y'all the same answer, man. All glory to God. He gave me the strength to go in there and fight through this week. Like y'all don't even know, my sisters had a whole car accident today. And they hurt. My sister's head was, all of them, their head was hurting, back was hurting. Like they literally could have got taken out today. The devil didn't want this to happen, but look what happened. It was still a glorious night.
The atmosphere in Keyshawn's hometown of Norfolk, Virginia, was unforgettable as fans packed the venue to support one of their own. Every punch and every knockdown drew thunderous reactions from the crowd, which proudly watched their hometown star deliver a commanding performance. The energy inside the arena reflected just how much excitement surrounds Keyshawn's rise, and his dominant display gave the local fans even more reason to believe they are witnessing the emergence of boxing's next major star.
World title, but also we gonna come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3, but world title is definitely gonna be next 2025. We got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock knock.
You've been on that all week. Listen.
Immediately after celebrating his victory, Keyshawn Davis wasted no time turning his attention to Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Looking directly toward his next target, he delivered a bold message. Hey, Gervonta, knock knock. The statement made it clear that he has his sights firmly set on a showdown with one of boxing's biggest stars. Keyshawn has continued to display unwavering confidence, using every opportunity to call out Tank and prove that he's ready for the next stage of his career. By publicly challenging one of the sport's biggest names, he has made it clear that he isn't just looking for another fight. He wants the biggest challenge available and is eager to step into the spotlight on boxing's grandest stage.
Hey, buddy Shakur, just one question. How did Keyshawn look, man?
ready for whoever coming next, man. That boy ready. He been ready. Actually, you know what I mean? It's just given the opportunity. That's all it is.
You got two little brothers that is closing on Tank. You know, one of them gonna get him.
One of them gonna get him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great night of boxing when they do.
Awesome. Terrence Crawford was watching Keyshawn Davis's latest performance live, and the victory clearly left an impression on him. After seeing Keyshawn's dominant display, Crawford expressed confidence that the rising contender is prepared to face any opponent in the division, including Gervonta Tank Davis. Praise from a fighter of Crawford's caliber carries significant weight, making his comments another indication that many within the boxing world believe Keyshawn is ready to compete against the sport's biggest names.
Keyshawn ready based on this performance to take on Tank Davis, and how does that fight play
I
out?
feel like Keyshawn is ready to take on a guy like Tank. I think that Keyshawn is one of the most skillful fighters in the sport of boxing. I always told Keyshawn since a young kid he can fight. I just don't like the simple fact that he's running on media and not keeping a buck, saying that he was beating me up and Shakur had to like rile me up to spar him. Because this make no sense. Shakur is a better boxer than Keyshawn. And if I'm in there doing millions of rounds with Shakur, what makes you think that Shakur has to hype me up to spar Keyshawn? Like, but it is what it is. You got to hype yourself up. You got to build yourself. I don't really try to pay too much mind to that. But like I said, Keyshawn is a great fighter. I always thought Keyshawn was.
Now the question is whether Keyshawn Davis can bring that same level of confidence and intensity when he steps into the ring against Gervonta Davis. His most recent performance was undeniably impressive, but facing Tank is an entirely different challenge. Gervonta has built his reputation by defeating elite opponents and delivering under the brightest lights. For Tank, this matchup carries significance far beyond adding another victory to his record. It is also about protecting the legacy he has established throughout his career. After dealing with legal controversies and a highly publicized split for Mayweather Promotions, the stakes are even higher. A defeat to Keyshawn, who is now working under Floyd Mayweather's guidance, would be viewed as a major setback. On the other hand, a convincing win would answer many of his critics, reinforce his position among boxing's elite, and remind the division why he has remained one of the sport's most dominant champions.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd. Constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all I ever.
Keyshawn Davis, on the other hand, is attracting more attention with every performance, and that growing spotlight comes with both opportunities and challenges. Across the boxing world, he's increasingly being recognized as one of the sport's brightest rising stars, a talented contender who isn't afraid to speak his mind or challenge the biggest names in the division. That fearless attitude has helped build his reputation, but it also brings added pressure, as every move he makes is now being watched and judged more closely than ever before.
Knock that man ass out, man. Stop playing with me, man. Keep that going, man. Hey, real talk, you having a good time, though? All right, Hey, this is my city, man. I try to tell y'all that.
Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming boxing updates. We'd also love to hear your opinion, so drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. As always, thanks for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.